Go. I do believe we are live, so I'll say indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. So nice to have you here again. Today's stream topic is going to be about asking questions. It's this idea that your mind likes answering questions, and that all you need to do is ask the questions. Right. If you want the answers that are going to be most appropriate and most relevant to yours, most appropriate to your life, to your experience, you're going to have to ask the right questions. And like it's taking me instantly, just upon thinking about this, starting into the stream, like the questions that we can't have answered by our minds alone, or at least conceptually can't be answered by our minds alone. Hey, Xiao. Thank you for joining me. So nice having you here. Right? Like, who built the pyramids? How were the pyramids built step by step? Can you tell me? I asked my brain these questions, and I don't really know if it has the ability to come up with a question like underlying, right? Like a pure answer. Like, if it tells me it's the aliens, am I going to have more questions to ask? If it tells me it was the humans, am I going to have more questions to ask? Actually, probably, right? If it tells me it was the humans, I'm going to ask, what technology did they have, right? What do they understand about the universe that we don't right now? And even as we ask ourselves these questions, right? I hope that you're asking yourself them as well. Maybe collectively we can come up with an answer. Like, I've been thinking about the whole epigenetic side of things, right? That maybe all of the answers are quite literally coded into our DNA, because the fact that you are a living being in the time that you are alive in right now means that technically there is a traceable lineage, right? If you had the ability to go back in time, you would be able to go from one person to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, all the way back until we are but organisms. So surely all of that information, that DNA, is still a part of every single one of us. Is it possible for us to ask questions so well that we are answered not by our minds, but by our inner knowing, by our highest self, by our collective self, by our DNA? I don't know. Maybe you friends can tell me. It's nice to have you here, Joe. There's some more friends in the background, lurking. Blessings to everybody that tunes to join us today. Let's see if there is something worth saying that's going to put me on the right track. Asking the right questions, right? Okay. I'm going to read one from close to the end of my book of things worth saying, and then I'm going to skip to the front, and then I'll pick another one as well. So this one starts by saying, "Beloved friends," can you hear the thunder? Hey, Joy V, blessings. What is happening in chat these days? Why has it been a ghost town? I don't know. Maybe I've, officially reached the point where I can. There we go. Bruh. Live again? Maybe this is why. Maybe this is why, Joy V. Maybe this is why. Maybe this is why, Joy V. Maybe there is just like a new season. Maybe there is just like a new season happening in all of our minds. Great. Chat breaks the second I get in. It's nice having you here, Sam. Blessings to you. Yeah, it seems like I'm having some technical difficulties. Maybe this will be a short stream. Maybe it won't end up lasting. Maybe, the reason people aren't coming into the stream these days is because of me, Like I think about it from an energy perspective, frequencies, right? Because instantly that's where my mind has to go of like, am I fucking up right now? Is my vibrations, my joy factor, my enlightenment, my ability to transmit entertainment, to make the most of time, to distract you from the pain of existence? Am I failing? Is it fading? Right? And even if it is, at least some of you friends are showing up for it. So thank you. Thank you for giving me light right back. Lozanas here too. Blessings to you. I hope that the internet stays stable for a little bit. Like we should get at least like 20 minutes. I don't think I've done a really short stream ever, but I'm no less than 20 minutes, please, universe. Where has Shan been? We've said it a few times now, but Shan has been a little bit under the weather. She's been feeling sick. She's been getting a little bit more rest in the morning hours. Do send her blessings. Maybe I officially reached a point where universe was like, nope. Yeah. Weirdly enough, Jovan, the fact that you say that is just more affirmation that the universe was kind of like calling me out of my bullshit. Because I was gonna go down a fractal of, I don't know if it was self pity necessarily, but maybe uh, being a little bit self defeating. I don't know if they're the same thing necessarily, but yeah, I take responsibility, unfortunately, right? So it's my fault. Of course, it's my fault, right? I'm the one that now suddenly sucks because reason. And I accept my suckage. I accept. I can suck sometimes, surely. But I'm also willing to believe that if I have not sucked once, right? If I have been allowed the attention, surely sometime in the future I'll be allowed again. Shen's feeling under the weather. I sure miss her. Me too. Thank you, Jovan, for echoing the lovin's for her. I missed you all while I was sleeping. Blessed to you, Sam. You were missed too. Clearly, Shan is the one who keeps chat going here. Her absence is what triggered this. It does kind of feel that way, right? It seems very synchronous that as soon as Shan wasn't in stream anymore, a lot of the other friends ceased coming as well. And weirdly enough, that day that we even did the stream, we even like mentioned that, right? Like the whole understanding of frequencies that we output into the universe. I'm trying to remember the exact context that I shared it in. But I remember one of the things that we kind of went into, oh yeah, complexity, right? That higher frequencies allow for more complexity. And I do believe, and I've said this to you friends, that every single one of us that tunes into this stream forms a part of this higher dimensional frequency, complexity that we are occupying. And I honestly believe that Shan is a beautiful part of that, right? Like a healing part of that. So with her presence not here, it feels different. Straight up for me too. Like that's the joke of it, right? Like we can all feel it. So I understand. I accept. I accept. I am here for this frequency as well. That there are no frequencies that are evil or bad. Just some of them contain more complexity and some of them contain less. So as long as I'm here, willing to love whatever frequency I'm allowed to experience, I will get to experience love despite the frequencies, right? Like that's the information that I get to extract from bass noise. At the beginning of the stream, absolutely. Just like the greetings, right? Like there's a certain level of stokedness. She and Joy Vive is almost always the first ones here. True. Balance. If you take responsibility for the suckage, you gotta also take responsibility for all of the things that go right too. We tend to sing towards one or the other. You're right. You're so right. Thank you, Jovan, for reminding me. It's it's a lot doing this, right? Very self-revealing. You learn a lot about yourself, right? You learn so much about yourself, and sometimes the things you learn aren't always fun, I guess, right? I was gonna say, good, but I don't think this is a good and bad kind of problem. I feel like this is more function. The way we interpret, the way we absorb information, the way we catastrophize, in our own minds. How do I bring this back to today's stream topic of asking myself questions? Maybe, maybe what I'm doing is I'm answering from the worst case scenario perspective, right? That's what we do. When we start negatively looping, we give ourselves the momentum to ask the wrong questions, right? Instead of asking questions of how, can we solve better, we start asking questions of what we did wrong. Is this hitting? Makes any sense? Love is true. I started reading this, but I didn't finish it. Beloved friends, come to understand at this point who you are. I'm sorry, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Beloved friends, come to understand at this point the true immensity of who you are and what you are. Understand that you are not so much dealing with things in the world as you are dealing with patterns of energy that reflect in some way what is in your consciousness. And then we'll start from the start. See if there's one that catches my eye. This one I feel is the right one. Asking this as a question, are you willing to, and then I'll read, discipline to cultivate a way of living in which you observe your own thoughts, in which you are listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth, in which you observe the feelings that are evoked within your body, and to see these things as innocent and simply self-caused. I don't know if it did that for you too, but how synchronous those two things we're saying feels, even though they're completely on opposite spectrums. That all of the things, we're feeling right now, even though sure there was lightning, there was thunder in the outside world, the stuff that you experienced from that was you, right? It was self-caused. And it's the same thing with this stream as well. The fact that you are showing up means that you are actively participating within this self-caused fractal. Which is hilarious because Shan never talks. She says hi to all the friends that comes into stream. It's true, Joyviv. Shan says a lot, in the psychic realm. So maybe because of Shan's psychic chatter being a little bit more silent, or maybe just I'm going to stack a little bit of marijuana in my vaporizer. Shan is not smoking right now, and weirdly enough, I can feel that as well when I smoke right now, right? It's almost like there's like some sort of like feelings happening, like extra dimensional, multi-layered, maybe sounds better, right? There's like feelings that are had, and then there are feelings underneath the feelings that create more nuance. It's interesting to see that apparently she was the glue. I feel again, all of us are. Your willingness to show up is technically the glue, right? I feel like there's an energy overarching. That is your willingness to show up for it. And I feel, Shanna is still showing up for this space by showing up for herself. Again, the whole fractal of if she's not healthy and if she's not able bodied, if she's not strong, taking care of herself, she doesn't have the energy to be in this space and love all of us. So love remains true with her taking care of herself. So, what questions are we asking? Does anyone have any question for me about lucid dreaming, about the chakras, about Jesus maybe? What thing have you been dying to know but haven't asked me? Sam, tell me. You tell me, Sam. There's so many questions that instantly pops up in my mind. I want to ask an articulate one. I want to ask a clever question. So, the first thing that comes to my mind right now, at least as a clever question goes, is how much importance do you apply to the rest of the chakras? Or do you only apply importance to the main ones? Right? And then, to extend that question, apparently, in the same way we have energetic centers, chakra centers in the human body, so too does our planet have energetic centers. And depending on where you find yourself on the earth, you can interface with that energy. Do you believe in that stuff? Right? Maybe that's the question, if there's any. Right? I don't know if you can say anything about that. It just fascinates me. I would love to go to those energy centers, to try and interface. We are all glue. There we go. Thank you, Lisa. Nos Lisa Lozana. Yeah, agreed. One is wood glue, one is super glue, one is school glue, one is a glue stick. That's so beautiful, actually. Absolutely. Y'all know Jesus got hangry and cursed the fig tree for the crime of not having any fruit for him in the moment he was walking by. Yeah, I do know that, actually. It's one of the things I scorn at. I'm like, that's mean. Oh, that's kind of rude, bro. That was supposed to be interpreted as a psychological thing, apparently. But the rest of them were empirical fact, of course. He cursed the fig tree because he didn't eat from it. It's true. How does cursing a tree work? He was like, die. And the tree got died. Like cursing a person. When you're Jesus and your word is your Father's word, which does not return to him empty, but accomplishes everything it sets out to do. Like that, I imagine. Who needs tears? Hello, you gorgeous soul. It's nice having you here too. Minus 12 degrees Celsius. I don't want to leave the bed. That might also be a massive part of it, right? That's the other side of it, actually, Joy Vive, is that it's getting exponentially more cold in America right now. And it's also the whole daylight savings thing. So it's like a double barrier to entry for people to find themselves in this stream of the coldness of wanting to stay in bed, of wanting to sleep a little bit later, of the hours having shifted around a little bit. So yeah, usually during the previous daylight saving slot, there's more friends that show up, of the time being a little bit easier, and the temperatures probably as well. I got here just in time for tree cursing. It's nice having you here. Zoe Burb loves this stream. Hey, Zoe Burb, love you. Thank you, dude. I am going to start vaporizing some THC right now. What is my intention to do so? He gets all fluffy and just listens. Are you hearing the wind and the weather, Zoe Burb? I have like a bunch of debris in my hair now because of all of the things that got brushed past me. I also added some leave-in conditioner kind of stuff in my hair. You can probably notice it. It feels a little bit wacky, but it is what it is. Holy windy Batman. Love is true. Going to a leather tannery today to pick up last year's leather. It's right next to an old cruise ship boatyard where they where they still got lifeboats and anchors from disassembled freighters and ships. That sounds like an adventure, bro. Like a whole visual platter for you to look at. With the time change, you start at 6 a.m. my time, which is my getting ready for work time. It's nice to tune in before arriving to work at 3:30. Thank you for letting me be a part of your day like this. Who needs tears? I think it just started raining. Bruh, I'm gonna have to move my stuff. Let's do that. I decided to take a personal day today. Going to heat my workshop up to a balmy 30 to 50 degrees. I need a day to just be me. I'm happy that you're taking a day for yourself. A little bit earlier, I was actually talking about exactly that. Oh, there's debris in my cup. I was talking about the fact that if you are unable to take care of yourself and make sure that you are okay, it makes it significantly harder to take care of other people as well. It hasn't started yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna. Are we gonna risk it? Try and sit here in the open a little bit longer. You can see the graying clouds rocking up on me right now, though. Your curls are perfect curlicues, Melty. Thank you. Close up visions. Yeah, thanks. I was suffering yesterday with the amount of freaking knots I had in my hair. Blessings and a curse, right? I I accept my fate with hair, at least. Your hair looks pretty mild, thank you. The leave-in conditioner seems to be rocking or whatever. Is that storm cooling things off there? It really is. It's already feeling a little bit cooler. I also wet my scarf, so that's also helping, but it's already feeling like ambiently a little bit colder. Is that storm cooling things off? Bless again. Regarding other chakras, I don't focus as much on the minor ones. They're there. When I'm in prayer, it all gets worked on, but I don't go out of my way for them. I get you. I feel the same way. Rain, oh no, protect the hair at all costs. Weirdly enough, my hair likes the rain. It just doesn't like the humidity, right? Like getting straight up rain on my hair will still curl nice at least. But if it's just the humidity, right, it's like my hair tries to like, I don't know, crinkle up into it. I feel you. It's the same with my hair. Sometimes, even with the leave-in conditioner, it's probably still going to be that way. I wouldn't be surprised. What about planetary energy centers? I don't have enough information to make a determination there myself. The Earth is alive, as we are, and so it would make sense for those places to exist. I would love to build homes there for people. That's where my mind goes. A blessing and a curse indeed. Going to get my lumber that the man wouldn't let me buy on Thanksgiving. Arr. Takes day for himself, still working. Love you. I hope you enjoy getting those lumbers, bro. I hope it's not as expensive anymore. Still expensive? I'm sorry. It's a road trip kind of day for me. My dad and I are going to scoop up my brother at on one coast, and then we're driving him to the other coast together. Should be a fun day. Blessings and safe travels to you, Brother Joshua. We're gonna risk it a little bit longer. I'm gonna smoke up with the intention of asking myself the right questions. Let me ask the right questions. I want to ask the right questions. The questions that will serve my life, that will help me serve others. Enjoy the I am extremely concerned with what's happening in chat right now. Oh goodness. Oh, road trips are awesome, even little ones. Getting the lumber is going to suck because you're now minus 11 degrees Celsius. Your poor fingies, dude. But once I get shopping, it should be cool. I don't want to live in a melt home. They're gonna make me live in a dormitory, eat in a cafeteria, and share my toilet. In fact, Joy Vive, I don't think we're going to have to do that at all. Again, right? The whole point of this for me, Joy Vive, like, and I've made it painfully clear, is that I don't want this to end up being a cult, right? It might end up becoming a cult if I die one day, but that would kind of, not be my fault. But while I'm alive, I'm going to try and make sure that it doesn't end up becoming a cult as the media, tries to brainwash us into fearing or whatever, right? Like for me, the whole point is the fact that you are that which you are looking for, not this community. Community rocks. Don't get me wrong, right? Absolutely fantastic for your mental health, right? That's why I feel, like it hurts that there are less of our friends here because it's like that sense of community is diminished and it's valuable, right, to have that. But again, you are a part of that community. You are the community. By showing up, you become that which you are showing up for, that which you love, if you will, right, ultimately. And that is kind of the message that we're trying to teach one another, that it doesn't need to be something that you have to go to the melt home for, right? It's not something that you have to go to the stream for, even. It is there with you at all times, and you just have to share that with the rest of the world. That is your purpose, right? Love should be true of your life, ultimately. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this other than you already are where you're supposed to be, Joy Vive. You don't have to go anywhere. You already got everything you need, right? And technically, if you want to go somewhere, right, I would prefer if it didn't cost you thousands of dollars to go there, right? With like travel expenses. If you had to come to South Africa right now and pay for your, housing or pay for your food or pay for your local traveling or pay for your local resorts, etc., 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 that's a lot of capital expenditure to have an experience where I believe the role I'm filling, at least, is more of an internet based friend. I consider you my friend, and I consider myself a friend of yours, right? Sure, might be a little bit parasocial, whatever, but we have been interacting as friends this whole time. That is kind of like what this whole experience is built on. So I'll get to, take you to the festivals I go to, for example, one day. And I will encourage you to go to festivals of your own, right? But in the same way that I have gone to festivals through the medium that is video, right? I can take you to the festivals that I go to through the medium that is video, to the melt home, if you will, right? Two places where congregations can happen, where people can come together. It doesn't have to be hard lines, right? It's going to be a little bit more melty than that, Joy Vive. I see Luke here as well. Bless you, bro. Yeah, we don't do road trips, you're right. Communal, no, please. I don't want to read these words. Road trip. Oh, beep, beep. I'm getting like absolutely pelted by plant material. Like the back of my head is probably a mess right now. Give you an idea of like what my water cup looks like. Amount of grime. Oh, bro, now it's getting in my eyes. Time to move. I don't want to move. I don't want to move nowhere. I want to just sit here and be comfortable. Is that too much to ask? Can't I just be comfortable? No, get pelted or drops and little pieces of plant debris. Absolutely knocking. Might AR, yeah, and VR can help us be more together, like experiences in the future. Exactly, Loazana. That's probably going to be where we end up. I don't. I want to say unfortunately, but I don't really think it's unfortunate, right? Because in that capacity, you can still go and hang out with your community, and then after you're done hanging out with your community, you take your glasses off and you go and chill with your family, right? Like you don't have to separate. Like I feel that's one of the big things that, like actual cults actually end up doing is they try to separate you from the people that you love. They try to convince you that the only people that are worth your energy are the people that are there, right? In this cult of ours, where you're not allowed to leave, and you should recruit more people, right? Like that feels like sinister just saying it. When I feel that's definitely what we're doing here, right? We celebrate people's return, but we definitely do not hold them hostage. Try and make sure that love is true for our experiences. There we go. Even though I have a bunch of debris and stuffs in my water, it's just like pieces of trees. It's not that big a deal. I was hoping it would add some flavor. It didn't. Okay. Melton, scum. It might end up becoming a cult one. I mean, like, I think, like, after I'm dead, bro, and there is this legacy, right? Then I can imagine the wheels coming off a little bit, bro. The wheels of the bus go round and round. Because human nature and such, right? Yeah, better? Better. Still kind of bad, I know, but it's what we have right now. You. No. Damn it, why you gotta pee so much? I knew when you looked at the camera, like that was about me. You're fun on the road. Love is true called kind of the vibe all cults try to portray exactly, dude. That's why I understand the interpretation, right? But again, I am not any better than any of you friends, right? We're all exactly the same when it comes to this journey that is conscious evolution. Even if, and that's the joke, right? That's why I laugh at people that want to claim themselves more consciously evolved than others. Even if you are more consciously evolved, even if you consider me more consciously evolved, we are in the exact same place, which is this moment. And it's only in this moment that conscious evolution can take place. So even if, for instance, there was some sort of leveling system that I'm now a level 5,000 and you're a level 6,000, right? Then we're gonna have to go to the next level, and then the next level, and then the next lesson, and then the next moment, and then the next opportunity, and then the next circumstance. We're in the exact same moment, right? There is no difference. And as soon as we can really all come to that point and realize that love should be true of that moment, then we can make sure that other people get to level up lovingly instead of suffering, wanting for things to be differently. Blueberry. How amazing is that? I wish I could have, smell-o-vision already. Let you friends smell things through the internets. Take some advice from the last dragonborn. The next world is going to have to take care of itself. Yeah, that's probably true. Kind of makes me sad that it might not know how to. Might not know how to take care of itself, Sam. Might have forgotten how to. That ability has atrophied drastically, unfortunately. Oh yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be some interesting fractals that we're gonna see in our lifetimes. If it might end up becoming a cult after I die, but that wouldn't be my fault. Bro, you think it's still gonna be my fault after I'm dead? No, I can't be blamed as a dead person, surely, right? Like if these random ass peoples start doing some whack shit and they point at me as a dead person in the grave, being like, yeah, it's his fault. It's his fault. Dead. They're like, bro, please, oh, I'm dead. It's not even that I'm sleeping. I can't stand up for myself. I'm dead right now. Please, please stop. Oh no 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 no! Earlier this year, father was so heartbroken. He drove and slept next to the mine and kept the miners company. So happy they are free. Bless, bro. Together, but with our own toilets. I don't know what your obsession of your own toilet is, JV. A toilet is not that big of a deal, right? A toilet is like a car. Toilet is like a shower. A toilet is like, a sink. Things in my mind, especially with modern cleaning technology, right? Like it can be spickerish, right? Like it can be like one of the cleanest surfaces on the earth, at least historically speaking, every single time it's used, right? Like eventually the entire inside of the toilet is just going to be technology, right? Like it's going to be a chair surrounded by robot arms that can, reach every single corner of that little box or whatever. Right? So that's where my mind goes for like the ultimate, like eventuality. So in that case, if this toilet that I'm using is literally cleaner than the plates that I have in my house right now, why does it matter if somebody used it before me? At least that's the way I kind of like go about the reasoning. Like it's a concentration thing, right? Like if you have been in the room, like the reason people end up getting sick in the winter isn't because suddenly the winter means more sickness. It means people are spending more times indoors where they're circulating the same air, where they have the disease vector go up because there's more proximity, closeness to one another. That's why people get sick in the winter, not right? So, like, and we're okay with that. We do that all the time. We're in the same proximity of one another all the time. So, yeah, I feel like this, again, this concentration thing, right? Like, I've breathed significantly more air that other people have breathed than I have gained, like, skin cells from a toilet seat or, like, concentrations of mescanol in the air, right? Like, at least that's the way that I'm thinking about it. I don't even know if I said that previous chemical name correctly. Scatanol, is that what it's called instead? Anyway, our love is truer right here, guys. I'm gonna try and play. Yeah, actually, you believe love is true. Actually, our love is truer than that. Come and join our side. Oh, you don't have any money? Okay, no, please, no, stay away. Was man spreading as villainized back then as it was now? Was man spreading as villainized? I mean, you could consider me man spreading right now, right? Is this man spreading? This is my preferred seating position. I'm comfortable sitting like this, but I am technically spreading my legs. I'm freaking man spreading. I don't want to be self-conscious about my sitting. I'm self-conscious about enough things. Please, society. Please. Not my sitting as well. Please don't come after my sitting. Please, I sit to relax. I sit to calm down. I sit to rest. Don't come after my sitting. Oh, doesn't sound very community-like. But I think I missed a few. The toilets thing. More room for me at the community pool. Oh goodness, no, please. It's community like. Holy cow, minus 11 degrees Celsius, barefoot on concrete is a vibe, dude. That sounds like fire, but in reverse. Now the wheels on the bus are stuck in my head. What the heck? I leave for 5 minutes. We have gone off the rails. Things are fun again, I feel, in stream. We're getting goofy with it. Mm-hmm. Do you think you'll reach a level of enlightenment that is no longer talking? Really? Oh, we are the world. We are a part of taking care. Part of taking care, exactly. Guy can dream, can't he? Did I miss something? I didn't see Nancy, but Doug said something to them. Nancy was here, but only sent like one message a while ago now, I believe. Let me switch to all messages. Call to awareness for you too. There are toilet covers in public, but it's not natural to put your whole butt where someone else's butt has been. I mean, it is kind of natural. Like I don't want to be like contrarian, even though yes, I do want to be contrarian. It is kind of natural to put your butt where other people's butts have been, right? It's like a whole thing. Or if you drive a car that has been pre-owned, you put your butt where someone else's butt has been. Where if you sit in a park, guarantee you that seat has been used by other asses. You're not special. That seat gets sat on all the time. Right? So the fractal for me at least is, where we start drawing the line. Not to get me, completely wrong or whatever. I also feel more comfortable going to the bathroom in my bathroom, right? And that's where I tend to go instead of going to the bathroom inside of the house, for instance, right? So I get the psychological aspect of it. But when it comes to you're in a space, you're not at home right now and you're in a space, it's more a utility, right? You're getting something done. It's like a part of our humanity that we can't really ignore. So you do what is expected of you from your physical limitations, if you will, and then you get out of there, right? It's not supposed to make up a large part of your experience. At most, like 30 minutes, an hour a day or whatever. Who needs tears? Wait a second. I think I missed a few. Like I'm just like kind of over this topic though. Of features or the ad presentation. Who needs tears? I would. I would be like the scene of Fast and Furious where the computer is saying danger to the engine and he slams it down and says, I know, shut up. Oh my goodness, the toilet at Singapore airport was so fancy. I want one so bad. Me too, Joy Vive. I also want fancy toilet. Also, and again, eventually all the toilets will be fancy, right? In the same way we don't have telephone booths right now and all of us have smartphones. Surely, eventually all of the toilets will be smart as well. I have stomach issues. It's very important that I have my own toilet. I get you. You can have your own toilet. Well, I have like a toilet flown in for you, right? We'll have Joy Vive written on it in big, bedazzled letters. Nobody else gets to use it. You get it like a special key. The VR called. No, please. Don't make me think it. The family built my family built a cabin when I was a little kid in the 70s. Dad built a nice two-seater outhouse, and we did everything we could to keep it relatively pleasant in there. Yeah, again, it's like you go there to do what you're supposed to do and then you get out, right? It's not like you're sitting there and eating a picnic or whatever, right? It's like, as you said, you do everything you can to keep it relatively pleasant, but it serves its function. We don't realize until we consistently, it's a life changer. Yeah, true, actually. Man, I was, my brain is getting melted. What is today's stream topic about? Asking questions? Why? Why is this happening to me? In the words of Gabby, I put my butt anywhere and everywhere. Yeah, it's true though. No, no, we all agree that it's different if we're wearing the agreed upon pool hole coverings. Well, I have to bounce. Keep all of your asses happy and healthy. Love to you. Love to you, brother Duck Dad. Gratitude for Dixie's good energy. Booping that happy snoot. Love is true. So much love. Thank you. The highest quality of time. Also, used car seats and park benches are activities where you're supposed to have your cheeks completely encased in fabric. Yeah, true, true, right? True. And yet, in a weird way, that might be even worse. Fabric can serve as like a hub for a bunch of different things, They can catch a ride. Maybe, you don't know how long those pants were worn for? Maybe they're like 5-week-old jeans. They have like new microorganisms growing on them, or something. I'm of course just trying to like stand on my hill, refusing to die, but you are right. I get it. I get it. Having like a little robot that cleans the seat every single time somebody goes there is like my ideal vision. Level 5000 enlightenment. Does that come with the ability to control storms? No, but it does come with the ability to look super good while the storms are storming. Oh. And it's also it gives you the ability to be immune to your own cringe, apparently. Right? I don't know if I'm immune to it as much as I've given up on being cool. Like it's like I'm not gonna be cool. I might be quirky at most, but I'm not gonna be a cool person. So, oh, hello, lovelies. I'm sick. You too, Zano. Oh no. Maybe that's happening to a lot of you friends right now. Shan is also sick. We've been missing you. We've been missing all of you friends that are sick right now. Sending you all blessings. Brings you deep bless. I guess there are important questions needing answers. Thank you for the tea and healing. We love you, Zano. I'm about to do a rap to see if it is COVID. A rap? I don't know what that means. Like I'm imagining freaking Zano busting down, and the COVID coming out one way or another if she's rapping or not. I don't know. That's how it works, unfortunately. Jeans don't need to be washed every time you wear them. That's how they break down so fast. Oh, I know, Sam. That's why I could, in confidence, say something like they're 5-week-old jeans, right? Because that absolutely happens. You were like, maybe Melt has like something. People are doing that. It's about love again. We are healing is words for health. We are healing. We are healing. Say it. Say it out loud. If you're sick right now, say, I am healing. Not I am sick, because that's you affirming to the universe a state of being that you do not want to exist within. So I am healing. Yeah, I want to exist in that state. To be healed. To be actively healing. A rapid test. Ah, I think rap is a rapid COVID test. Thank you. I like my version better. Freaking Zana absolutely busting down. Making a rap video, even having a gun up in the camera. COVID doesn't stand a chance or whatever. I still enjoy wearing the jeans, shirt, suit, jacket, boots, combo every now and then. I'm sure you'd rock it, actually, Sam. Uh, I haven't worn jeans in a long time, though, myself. One more, and then we're going to pull a card and finish today's stream. What is the intention of this experience that I'm going into right now? The previous one is asking the right questions. So this one will be to graciously accept the answers. we can maybe get a little bit more out of it, a little bit more heat. Accepting the answers I receive. And here I thought that asking the right questions is going to be the hard part. Silly me. Accepting the answers. Oh, jeez. I read Jovan's comment to myself, but I'm going to read it again. She says that I've been thinking about the value of asking questions, because I think we have a limited set of answers looping in our minds. Asking a friend and inviting a new perspective allows for expansion of those limits. Yeah. Like maybe you feel insecure about something, and then you ask a friend, and then they reaffirm to you where in your mind maybe you were occupying only negative possibilities. And as soon as you ask this other person and them giving you positive feedback, now suddenly your perspective has been expanded beyond the limits of only thinking yourself unworthy. Choosing love. Now I want to ask you a question. How has being a lover of birds, I want to ask something very vague like change your life, but I want to be a little bit more deliberate with that question. How has being a lover of birds changed the way you see other people? Please help me expand my limits. See through your eyes a little bit. Gonna wrap my sickness away, spitting hot fire from my fever, alone in bed. I can still imagine all of the microorganisms back up dancing behind you. And stream, it hasn't even been an hour yet. Oh no, like there's still gonna be another arc, right? But now that you've mentioned it, now I remember that I said I'm gonna pull cards. Thank you, JV, for the reminder. Zana got sick bars, absolutely. Jovan, I was just talking to my hubby about that. How about that? More synchronicity. Talking about what? Talking about the sharing of perspectives or asking questions and how it expands your perspective because it allows you a different perspective than the one you have looping around in your head. I'm guessing. Throat so swollen it got a six pack. Yeah. Having a diverse circle of friends encourages new perspectives and expands your limits and expanding limits to thinking. That's a good way of seeing it. It allows you a certain way of self-reflection as well, right? So if you had to hear from someone that one of the cool things they find they value in friendship is the fact that you get to offer them a certain perspective on reality. Asking yourself the question, what is that perspective that I offer reality? Is that a good thing? I would like to believe so, right? My ego is like grasping at some self-worth as of late, it seems. I think it's like this weird joke of like melting it and then being like, oh, oh, and I'm like, no, it's fine, no, you can keep going. More. John, bless you. It's nice seeing you, chat, bro. I'm going to get you a message now. Jovan, that's such a coincidence. I led a full moon celebration online last night, and that was my theme. What a trip! 3 different people with the same fractal in this moment. Maybe that's the point, right? That no matter how many people join in this space, it always feels so special and synchronous. Important question. Asking important questions and having hard but necessary conversations. That reminds me, there is an important question I need to ask you. Maybe you're gonna ask it here, maybe in direct messages. Aren't you friends with like minded people? I'm not friends with people I disagree with. I mean, you can disagree on some things, right? I guess that's where values come in when it comes to your disagreements as well, right? It depends on what you disagree about. That's why it's so important to surround ourselves with friends who encourage us to be our best selves. That's why I find myself here with you, lovely yous. Oh, you're gonna make me blush. Thank you, Ja. Blue, you think Zano? Let's start seeing. I have lots of friends I disagree with, but love is true, and that is more powerful. Bless. I couldn't agree more. Joy, to be honest, I don't often find a lot of like minded people. Finding y'all here is certainly a gem, but most of my friends are very different. It's the way it is. The full spectrum, right? Everything. Yesterday's stream topic. John says, so maybe Meld, I'm not being asked the right questions. It's asking the right people for the right perspective to get the answers we seek. I don't know. I don't think that was a question, but I do agree. But I feel like I want to have that ask me a question, you know, John? Asking the right people for the right perspectives to get the answers are very different. Yeah. Like you might, like, this is the way I'm interpreting the wisdom in John's words, that you might ask certain people for their perspective, and they're not the right people to ask for that perspective that you're seeking. And then, even though you're doing a good thing, you are probing in the outside world, you are getting bad data for yourself to absorb, right? So, the way I'm interpreting is that he's like, y'all, asking asking the right question, you know, is important, but not the most important thing. Making sure you ask the right people the right questions is even more so. There's even more layers of wisdom. You have to be even more smarts than we originally thought. Only the right question. I mean, this okay. So this is where I'm gonna counter as well, John, because I believe a big important part of this interaction is the fact that we're asking those questions of ourselves ultimately, right? So you're always going to be the right person to ask. But knowing thyself, you should ask the right questions of the person you're asking it. So I'm still going to take your wisdom, right? Because you might have the right person yourself to ask questions of, and you might be asking the right questions, but you're not asking the right questions for yourself, right? Like asking yourself as a human being the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. Even though I have asked myself that question, and even though I've tried to make it as simple as saying love, sure, 42 is also a fun answer, but love is the one that makes the most sense to me. That's not necessarily the problems we're facing, not necessarily the questions we should be asking, right? Oh my goodness. Like, check back, 502 is now 507. And that card is blue. That card is so blue. How about that, Zano? This is card number one. One drop. I like this card. I feel like it has like very reminiscent fractals of what I've been experiencing with you friends today in this conversation. John's back, love is true. Joy Vive, I am frenemies with my people who went conservative. I want to keep an eye on them in case they get into actual trouble and need me. But we clash now, and that's our relationship. I respect you for holding on, Sam. I really do. I find it hard to form deep friendships. I do appreciate y'all and your perspective and sharing. I feel in a weird way, and this is again my mind's way of trying to interpret what's actually happening here, right? How can I make it okay for myself to understand what it is I'm doing right now? And the only way for me to do that is to acknowledge that you are seeing yourself, right? That in this moment, in me showing up every day, I am literally and figuratively acting as a mirror, acting as a version of self that you can tune into and see yourself in. And that's the friendship that we're forming. That is Meltmore, right? The I think it was Joe Schmo said, the infinite companion. So I'm doing that as well. You friends are doing the same thing for me that I'm doing for you, right? It's this willingness to have a conversation, to have each other influence our perspectives, as Jovan said earlier. The one drop, what a trip, Sano, so accurate. Got that freaking future, what is it called? Fortune telling ball. I absolutely agree with seeking out different opinions, but that doesn't mean I have to be friends with them. True, very true. I usually value opinions less from people who aren't my friends, though, so I feel like that's conflict of interest. Echo chambers, true. And also, other side of it, it's a choice I made to sacrifice my peace for knowledge. I may choose at any time to reverse that decision, though. Yeah, power. I agree. Seeking different opinions. I find it hard. Love again. Hey, Shell. Blessings. Do you have trust issues? Why no deep friendships? Lurking sound off. Love again to you, bro. Boundaries are important. Totally support you doing what you need to maintain inner peace. I just wanted to be intrigued by aversion. So when I encounter someone abrasive, I dig deeper. I don't know if this happens to you as well, Joe, but people tend to believe that when I dig deeper, I'm seeking conflict. When what I'm actually seeking is a deeper resolution, right? Like to me, just being like, it's fine. That's not a resolution to me. That doesn't mean things are okay now, right? So I'll stand and I'll continue, digging deeper. But yeah, as you said, it can feel like a melting of boundaries sometimes, unfortunately. Hello, puppy. Hiya, baby. Hiya, vibesy vibes. Hiya, vibesy vibesy. Hiya, babas. Hiya, baby. Hiya, baby. Hey. Hiya, babies. To be so blessed with a puppy doger. Ay, 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 doge. What is a doge? Oh, scratchy ear. I mean, little works of art. I am so grateful to be blessed. Lisa, I'm with you. My best friend died 7 or so years ago. I've never been able to or desire to connect to anyone on a deeper level. I feel you. For what it's worth, I believe you and Brother Joe Schmo are gonna be great friends one day. So maybe there's still hope for you to connect that deeply with someone, Brother Duck Dad. I get it. I get it, like it's rough losing a friend like that. But at the same time, better to have loved than to have lost than not to have loved at all. Even if it's just a bro, a friendship. I'm tired of this lonely life. I've never experienced that connection in life. And I'm happy for you that you did have that experience. I'm very envious of people who have shared that connection. So, Lisa, one of the things that I want to make very clear with this journey that we are showing up for together is that there are an infinite amount of, in your words, connection in life, of people who have shared that connection. There are both an infinite, at least to your human scale and lifetime, an infinite amount of humans, right? Because, and I've done the math, it will literally take you hundreds of thousands of years just to meet for 5 seconds every single person on earth right now. Never mind having a connection. It's impossible for you to meet every single person. So in that way, it is infinite, right? It cannot be depleted, the resource that is, all human beings. So there are infinite people for you to have an infinite amount of connection with, right? Different depths. And there are connections in the lack of connection as well, right? Like you can realize the depth of the other connections you have by contrasting the lack of connection of someone else. And there's this thing that I like to say, Lisa, is that you cannot fake a connection, right? A connection is either made or it is not. There's either this feeling of back and forth energy exchange of a person, or there was just two walls pushing up against one another with no exchange of energy, right? And I would like to encourage you going forward, right? We have a long time to live. Go to a place where you can have those connections. There are a bunch of them, and they're going to become more and more, I believe, accessible, hopefully better organized, and a little bit more important societally, I believe, in the future. So all of that wrapped up in a nice little bow is you'll have both the time and the people to connect with. Continue living and show up. Things have a good and a bad side. You gotta be prepared to be destroyed emotionally. Doesn't mean it will happen, but it's a deep possibility since we're so flawed. Well, reducing your expectations is a good way to escape some of the heartbreak, right? Like boundaries again comes into play there, right? Like it's what you expect from a deep connection. I've had deep connections with people for 4 hours in conversation where I was like, this person feels like someone I want to be friends with for the rest of my life. And then I proceeded to not see that person again for the rest of my life. Right? Does that make the 4 hours of deep friendship we had any less significant now that we don't get to have this future friendship together? Or was the thing of value that connection, right? That it wasn't about the duration, it was about the fact that two people out of 8 billion spend some time together by their own volition, right? Gain something from that experience. Energy was exchanged, wisdom, personal experience, so much value, right? Something that's unfathomable was like exchanged with one another. And right now it's hard for us to exchange in that way because it's like there is like a medium difference. Like we can't do it the way we used to be able to. And now we're figuring out how to do that again by building virtual worlds, recognizing this one drop understanding. One drop. You are but one drop in an infinite ocean. At what point does it stop being a drop and does it become the ocean? Right? If this drop is separated from the water surface and it falls back into it, as soon as that little surface tension melts into the top of the water, is it then ocean? Or does it have to be completely flush for it to be ocean? And why does it stop being ocean as soon as the drop comes out of the ocean? What? Why? Why? Why do we consider ourselves separate? Why do we name ourselves as something that's separate? Maybe it's a whole language thing, even. The possibilities, since it's so flawed. Love again to you. I love Swampy and all you, but the thing is, friendships formed is the most formative, brutal years of us carving out as existence are irreplaceable. I agree. It's actually a point I made to Christian this weekend, right? Where, uh, with his conversation of like moving to Ireland, I was like, you want to move to Ireland, but your friends, all of your friends live in South Africa. And he goes, I'll make new friends. I'm like, yeah, we make new friends all the time, but the new friends you make are never going to be the homie you have known for 5 years, that you have been on multiple road trips on. I've been on one road trip with Christian, technically speaking, right? But been on a road trip together actually. Have gone to multiple festivals together, have experienced thousands of hours at this point of conversation with one another. That stuff is irreplaceable. I completely agree. Point I'm making is going forward from this moment, recognizing that the thing of value is asking ourselves the question of what is of value and recognizing the connection as the valuable thing instead of just the hours, right? Because, yeah, the hours are irreplaceable. Agreed. But the connection that can be had of another person is still just as valuable, despite, it not being as long set up, right? Like, for instance, you can only have like certain conversations and certain moments with someone you've known your whole life because they've seen you change and whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna dive deeper and deeper into that fractal if I don't escape. Unfortunately, in my life, I believe I have not the right people. I have not the right people, and they are constantly hurting and disappointing me. So why even try to open up anymore? I figure, because there are other people than those people that just want to be sad or whatever. I shouldn't say it like that. I get it. It's more complicated than that, but interpretation. Check your DMs, bless. I think you're right, John, about the right people. I think I missed a few fractals. Skipping up again and replaying some wrong. Lisa, nope. I stopped having friendships years ago and broke that trend for conscious evolution, which opened my heart to the dangers and beauties and joyful experiences with these fools that I love deeply. I think again is like a boundaries thing, right? And an expectation thing. One of the things that I feel we do pretty well in this space is like we try to minimize expectations because I feel like all of us very intrinsically understand ourselves and our human nature, and we know that if there was like this list of expectations that we had of one another, like, oh, you want to be a part of this space, and then you're gonna so and you're gonna sis and you're gonna mananda masa, and I mean, and there is the expectation of it being at the same time every day, technically, and it being early AM hours, late afternoon for me. So there's that little wonkiness. Technically, I'll agree, but other than that, it's like pretty expectation free, right? Show up or not, it's free. You're gonna be loved if you choose to share any of your soul energy. If not by me, by someone in chat. Hopefully, that's what we're encouraging. And then, you can go about your life. Go take that loving energy that you receive from this space and go and share it to someone else. And if you return, we'll welcome you and give you more of the love that you have come to know. That love is true in that way. Yeah. I feel that. Bless all of you, friends. Thank you for taking your love, for choosing to share it here, and for going back into the world and doing so as well. Cannot connect with one of these fools. Chip away with the words. Love is true still. Lisa, my wife is very much the same. She has never felt deep connection with another human friend that didn't hurt her. Now she feels very deeply lonely. Yeah. It's hard making friends. Like it's the thing that I'm tripping out about is how that's like a global pandemic technically, right? This is hundreds of millions of people feeling lonely right now. Management. I've been there, still mostly am, but the universe seems to bring some people, more people into your life when you ask for it. It will. You are most unexpected, Fine, I made this here. I treasure you. Bless Sam. Thank you for echoing that love. Luke saying, I'm my only real friend at this time, in person at least. But I'm happier and I'm more loving now. I feel the universe's embrace often. Sometimes that is what will be required of you. Be your own friend, right? Treat yourself the way you would a friend. It's the whole self love kind of thing, right, Luke? Bless you, bro. I I hope for more for you as well. I guess asking the universe and opening your mind and heart is the answer. I like that as an answer, actually. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing it. It's easy to attribute ignorance to malice, or something like that. I believe that over time we get better at forgiveness in a way that both respects our healthy boundaries and grows our relationships. Yeah, like I'm the way I'm visualizing your message right now is like seeing the proper distinguishing of boundaries. It's almost like a way of making yourself real, right? That the way we see things might be a little bit melty as to its reality. And by setting boundaries, you are almost generating a resistance reality that gives you shape of a certain character. Does this make sense? Sounds insane? Yeah, a little bit maybe. But it makes sense, right? A little bit. Maybe it can be a whole stream topic. Setting boundaries gives you shape. Hashtag not body shaming. Na, 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 na. Where was I? I was afraid. Man, I feel like I'm far behind actually. I was afraid of people before because my self worth could change depending on what I thought they thought. That's done because of hard work. It didn't just happen. Yeah. I'm proud of you, Shell. Thank you for taking that effort and actually knowing thyself. I think that was one of the things worth saying. We went into that as well, right? Like cultivating a state of being, right? Disciplining yourself into a state of being where you can look at every thought, every word that leaves your mouth, everything that you experience in the outer world as innocent and simply self generated, self created, I think was the terminology. Innocent and self created. So proud of you, Shell. Never stop growing. Merc, yeah, I've been working on being my own best friend. It's quite a journey. It's one that you're gonna have to walk for the rest of your life. Literally. You can't make new old friends, true. Your old friends must evolve to remain friends, also true. I guess what hurts is lacking many deep connections that have been with you for a lifetime. In some ways, it's freeing, I guess, but it's hard not to long for the experiences others have. John, I believe that suffering is wanting for things to be differently, right? That I get the longing for something that other people have, but that in and of itself doesn't really bring you suffering. That suffering is that feeling, as you mentioned, of like, ah, if only I had that like long friendship, then I would be happy. When that is what causes us suffering, because it, again, it's like a reverse boundary. It's like it creates a shape in the outer world that we actively cannot fill, and as a result of that we are unhappy, right? It's like, oh, I would be so happy if I had lifelong friendships, and then you see this, what a lifelong friendship hole you have in your life, and you can never fill that because it doesn't work that way. So now you're always lacking, always, a little bit more suck than you want to be. Don't do that to yourself, right? That's again the whole asking questions. Are you doing that to yourself? Are you creating voids in your own mind of what you're supposed to be, the shoes you're supposed to fill? And if you're doing that, ask yourself the question, is that realistic? right? For me, for example, I'm absolutely doing that. I have this void of a person that I want to be in my mind that I can fill, right? It's going to take me time and it's going to take a lot of resources, but it's not impossible, right? Where something like, oh, if only I had lifelong friendships. I suck because I didn't make those. That's a unrealistic thing to expect of yourself, right? So thank you, Luke. No, that's John for taking me down that fractal. Yeah, love is true. Don't be too hard on yourself. You're doing better than you know. You're fuller than you know, right? The things you have is some of the voids that other people think they have. Take that into your mind and fractal with it. Thank you, friends, for being a really huge part of this daily work and helping me realize that the new half of my life's book. Bless you, Shell, for being a writer instead of just being a reader. Yeah, fractals. Lisa, I have prayed to be led to the space for a long time before I was finally brought here by the Reddit algorithm. God in everything, after all. Right, Sam? This is the true Luke. I'm on the precipice of permanently ghosting my childhood bestie. She has not evolved past some childhood insecurities, and it deeply affects our relationship. We've heard some snippets of that fractal. I feel you. It's gonna suck anyway, though, right? Like love is still true, so it's gonna be like, love is true doesn't mean it's gonna be easy to do these things, unfortunately. Mm, that is self-worth thing. Damn, that still hits. Appreciate you bringing awareness to it. So much love. That is what we want from our deep connection of another person, Lisa. Have you verbalized that to yourself yet? Not to completely change the subject, but Melt, you were talking about man spreading. You're not doing that. It means to sit with your legs way out. I'm taking up way too much space on like a crowded bus or a train or wanting room or classroom. Yeah. I probably wouldn't be sitting like this if there was like small benches, and like thinking back to the time I spent in China, I very much did not. Partly because I was also not barefooted. I would wear shoes, and I don't sit like this if I'm wearing shoes. Like I don't want to get my pants dirty with my shoes or whatever. It's in Bible. I totally feel that. I grew up tomboy with the duders too, thinking bad girls in school had their cliques, and they were scary. But outside of those loud groups, they are scattered weird kids like me hiding in the books and the crannies. And that's how you get yourself a best franny. Yeah, actually putting yourself out there, trying to connect with a person. It is rough though. It's like the whole growing apart thing and the change. Like so many different fractals in my mind right now. The Bible is making more sense these days. All the techniques of the religions that are being shown to me are making a lot of sense. I believe there's wisdom in all of them, right? I just believe they should be read from the perspective of psychological, interpretation. That you're reading something that allows you to learn something about yourself, right? Instead of taking it as empirical facts, feel what you feel from that, and almost like calibrate your own values from that perspective. I like that explanation. Setting boundaries that keep me from the happiness, like needing many deep old friendships have when I have plenty of new friends. Yeah, thank you, John, so much for echoing that understanding. I feel the same. If only I could get Emma to understand this, but I know she will in time. Bless. Thank you, Bethany, for joining us. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I understand it properly just yet, even though I can, in a moment, potentially verbalize it. So hopefully there will be enough time for all of us to grow into this understanding. First Corinthians 13, verse 4 to 8 is where I'm taking in specific. The person who shows those traits understands love. I don't know if you're gonna quote it for us. Tech drop. Hey brother. Josh. Yeah, connections. Oh, in my brains. What's up, dude? It's nice to have you here. Is it raining where you are? We got some clouds setting up. This is a friend that lives in South Africa as well. He's also starting a channel right now, getting into the fractal of creating content. It's nice having you here, Brother Bear. Joe Bot, did you mean to type books and crannies? If so, hooks and nooks and crannies probably. I did read books and crannies, and books and crannies still made sense to me, honestly. If so, I love that. If not, I love it even more. Best thing anyone could do is share that they feel lonely and want to be loved so that you can get as much as you want here. Ask for it. Here's some love for everyone, especially the lurkers. Bless you. If you're here right now and you don't feel comfortable in saying anything, know that you are loved for exactly who you are, for simply being here in this moment, and for allowing me to offer you that perspective on the world, right? Maybe I can ask you a question as well, right? Have you done anything that disqualifies you from being loved? Rough question, right? And I want to now honor those who answered no. Of course not. I'm still worthy of love. I have not done anything that would disqualify me of that. I want to congratulate you because you are right. Nothing you can do disqualifies you from love. And then the friends who said yes, I've done something. Well, I am unlovable. I would like to pose that if you were truly unlovable, you would drop dead instantaneously. Right? The whole biblical God breathing life into your being. Yeah, meow, meow. I agree. God breathing life into your being is the actual fact of your ability to experience anything at all, right? To love another day, to breathe air. Love is true. God's presence is within you. So yeah, yeah, it was warm all day. Yeah, kitty, kitty. You want my attention? No, not right now, sweetie. Not right now. Love to you though. No, 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 Scump. I think I missed a few up top though. Best thing anyone can do. Siobhan, I was the same in school and in this community I live in. It's so small. And I'm so worried about keeping up with the Jones. I struggle. I have been studying the Bible recently in depth. Learn from all of this wisdom. Study. As we go deeper, it's hard to keep focus on powerful subjects. It takes many reminders from time to time. Daily reminders is the way I've articulated at this point. Right? Literally showing up every day and reminding myself that love is true. Oh, y'all, all of your stuff and whatever. But love is true. Day by day by day. Extremely warm on my side. Hope you have a fan running there. I hope it's not load shedding for you right now. So much, so many like nonsense layers going on right now. I like reading books and nooks. Harder, powerful subject. Melt, you were so right about the time change affecting the friends in stream. It got chatty in the second half of stream yesterday too, when more of us woke up. Yeah, like, and there was a lot more friends here as well. So it might just be a time change thing. Bless you. Thank you for joining me. It's so nice. It makes me so happy. I appreciate it. I've been like hoarding this card for like literally what looks like 37 minutes. Just been like holding it like matchy matchy with my scarf. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy or boast, it's not arrogant or rude, it does not insist on its own way, it's not irritable and resentful. Yo, love is true. Those are some big boots to fill. Big boots. Oh, no, 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 no. Mostly listening in. Love you all dearly. Love you too, dear friend. No, 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 no. The cabin built a book nook. Miss that place so much. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. Yo! Yo! I feel like that should be like a whole, Citron's entrance, Feel so free being able to show my father the unconditional love that he couldn't give me. Literally breaking generational trauma. So much bless. Love to you, Bethany, on this journey. It's totally the time change, an hour of stream I lost, literally. John saying, Melt, part of me feels like I need to spend years working on myself to find love, but the other part says I can be loved for who I am, regardless of perfections, which is true. Whichever you believe, bro. Whichever you believe happens to be the true answer. Right? I feel like that is maybe the joke of today's stream as well. Like the same thing with like the answers, the questions you ask yourself, right? The answers you usually end up giving when you ask yourself questions is the answer you want to believe. Right? And I feel like maybe that's the line to take it. Is that you know which option you want to believe. I believe that I mean, like this is the way I'm interpreting it right now, right? Love is presence, right? Love endures, if you will. So for me, love is this moment that I'm giving you right now. So by that definition, at the very least, the person that is John is lovable because out of anything and everything that I could love in this moment, I'm loving you right now. Right? You didn't have to meet any bar. You didn't have to, donate $5,000. You didn't have to be the most beautiful person on the earth, the tallest person, the most light-weighted person, the most intelligent, the best programmer. You didn't have to do anything. You were right from the beginning, right from your actual showing up in this world, right? I believe that is an act of love as well, worthy of being loved in return, right? And I feel as soon as we start believing that about ourselves, we start showing up differently in the world. And it's hard. It's hard maintaining that state of being. Don't get me wrong. Never. Don't even know if it's actually possible properly. You start to dissociate, right? It's like you're doing something wrong, or you feel like you are going down a dark road. Doesn't make sense. It's like you love yourself, and then that love of self causes you to start tripping out about self-preservation, right? To the point where it blinds you to the actual reality that you're experiencing. And yet, if you don't self-preserve, you die. Right? I was listening to this Steve-O bit today, and he goes how it's like basically a joke. Humanity is a joke that we play on ourselves, where every single one of us have this deep instinct to survive, and none of us will. Right? Like this one thing that is like an absolute core to your existence is survive. Right? Continue to survive is the one thing you cannot do, at least indefinitely. At least with our current technology. We'll see if that will actually, maybe that is what humanity is. Maybe that is humanity, right? The want to continue existing. And I have this like short video of like a line that I came to playing with lions one day, where I was like really considering the amount of effort I have put into different parts of myself, and it articulated in my mind as to the amount of obsession humans go into when it comes to self-preservation. And it goes something like, the human being is the ultimate self-preservation model, where that's the one thing that we're really good at is self-preserving. The fact that we have built guns and missiles and nuclear weapons, technically, as an evolutionary extension from this need to self preserve. It is wild, and yet we are still not done with that experience. We're still going to go much further. So maybe that's an extra layer, John. You loving yourself and loving this world is a good way to self preserve. It is not finding the new friends, but that's actually action of getting out there. Yes, finding community groups and finding some. Maybe learn for the life classes. It's fun finding friends that way. Groups help the getting out there feeling. It's so scary. True. Thank you for that advice. Actually, I completely agree. It's easier going to a place where there's other people going to a place and then meeting people that went to that place as well, right? You'll meet people like-minded. That's literally my favorite part of the Bible. Mine too, actually. I'm happy that Sam did write it out for us. Getting out there, scary. Let's grow. Bless. Freaking melt. John is the second one. I'm proud to be someone in the world able to show love to the hard to love. Next level, when we learn to love ourselves enough to know our own boundaries. To see the same things that the parents before us had to deal with potentially as well, right? I've got so many favorites, but that one is right in the top three. The human race would die out, waiting for perfection. True. Bethany, Jesus showed us perfect love sometimes requires table flipping and chasing people with bullwhips. John, you do not need to spend years of finding love. You need to rather spend years of finding you. The moment you do that, all the love will find you, John. So much love. Go out into the world today, knowing that you are worthy as a newborn to receive love without any expectations. That's what you deserve. That's what you're here for. The effect of your existence means that you are loved, right? That there is significantly more nothing within potential than there is you as a something, which means surely that you have to be loved. You are special, I believe, 100%. The book does, but the soul is the body dies, I guess, but the soul is immortal. Agreed, right? Like the signal remains even if the TV or the radio dies. Outside of the bees and the hail and the A bombs. Whoa! In the spirit of the holiday and general family learning and connection, we'll be reading the book of Luke. Bless one chapter a day into Christmas, like an Advent. That sounds like a fun time. I hope you do the voices. You know, everyone needs to have a different voice. I remember as kids, it sometimes would be like having a good time playing and one of the other just saying, "Do you want to be friends?" And that was that. Then you were buddies. Back in the good old days when you could just plop anywhere and let the ripples go as they may. One drop, number one in the deck of cards. Calm amid chaos. I feel I was pretty calm amidst the chaos of the day's wind and stuff, right? Right? Pretty calm. Calm enough. I did move, so I did kind of like space out. I could have stayed, technically. I would have survived the rain. Did we just become best friends? Yep. Calm amid chaos. One more time. One drop. Let's go. In accordance with unity and spirit. The circle represents beginning that has no end. It is ever expanding potential and represents our connection with the holographic nature of oneness. We live in a world that at times feels overpowering and chaotic. It is easy to get caught up in a wild ride of emotional waves that feel as if they are out of your control, about to crash in upon you. Quantum physics views matter as a wave structure of space reality that is both continuous and discrete. both local and non-local. Sometimes it is all too much to handle. You are the one drop at the center of this circle and of your own reality. It is within this quiet place that you have the potential to experience calm amid the chaos of modern day existence. Choosing this card suggests that you enter the golden circle and feel its potential. Create for yourself a place of calm where you may be quiet. Meditate and remove yourself from the demands that consume your time and aggravate your emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual bodies. Remove yourself for a while from the chaos, allowing and knowing that in this still, calm place, one drop is all there is. View the rest of your life from this relaxed, tranquil, composed place. And then there's a little prayer that I like to modify that goes something like, I have one small drop of knowing in my spirit. Let it melt into your ocean. Let it melt into your ocean. My one small drop of knowing. Melt into your ocean. Okay. Kalimba time. Let's see. Skateboarding made real friends. Whoa, I think I missed a bunch of comments in the meanwhile. Go into the world. No. Right at one. Kids. No. When they were buddies. Yeah, okay. Keith and I became friends freshman year of high school. When he came up and saw skateboarding pictures on my locker, he asked me if I wanted to skate after school. I was so nervous because he looked legit, and I was still new, like a total poser. After that, we pretty much saw each other every day for close to 20 years. Fucking miss him so much. Man, I'm so sorry for your loss, Doc Dad. I can't even imagine, bro. Skateboarding made real friendships that last even through distance. Be well, friends. Love to you, Bethany. And she, yeah, Shan is still healing. She's still healing. Yeah. Language is powerful. Refinery is on fire. Careful breathing today. Anyone with a board was part of the group back then. Memory is shared. I'll keep having to take out my headphones. Did I miss anything? We did read the card, and now I'm gonna play some kalimba. So that's what you missed. Shan is still under. No, Shan is getting better. Not under the weather. She wasn't in yoga today either. It's been a massive bummer. I've been missing her so much. All of you friends who are sick right now, sending you healing vibes. Okay. I'm gonna stop spacing out. Insured. Shan, gratitude comment. Thank you, Luke, for echoing our love as well that way. Shell, thanks for letting me know. I was more worried about my dog. Is your dog feeling sick as well, Nancy? I hope not. Blessings to you. Sending healing vibes that way as well, either way. Let me play some kalimba. I don't know if there's a good scene here, but I can try. My battery is on 74%. Echoing some Shan fractals. Yeah. I approve. I like this. seeing this psychedelic fractal explosion makes my brain happy. Gonna get this timer started, and then I'll play 3 minutes and 33 seconds of kalimba. A little bit closer. Yeah. Let's get back to chat. It's not COVID, thank goodness. I'm happy to hear that. Mel, I don't want my dog to be breathing nasty fumes. Unfortunately, I just stepped outside and it's clear and crisp out, no smoke. Bless. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. Lurkers in here. Bet one of them is you. Oh, maybe. Maybe she's just not saying anything. Love is true. My dog, fortunately, is healthy. Good. I'm happy to hear that. Comparing the number of chat participants to the number of people watching, those burps singing along. I'm so happy that you could hear them. Makes me happy. There's our Shan message channeled by beloved Jovan. A four-liner. You see, the Shan energy is strong with this one. This microphone is no longer active, so I'll put it away for now, and then I'll grab this one. Are you ready for a Shan message proudly brought to you by Jovan? Yeah? Let's go by saying, have the most meaningful, bombastically beautiful, magnificently magical, infinitely interesting day. You're so loved. Masha Masha Meltmore, and all of you, oh so very, all of you warm heartedly, welcomingly, adorably admirable, immensely inspiring, seriously strong, certainly celestial, lovingly light bearing, glitteringly grateful, breathtakingly benevolent, brilliantly beloved, radiantly radical, tactfully talented, charmingly cheesy, pacifyingly perfect, kerplactifruciously kind. Wondrously worthy, absolutely amazingly, wholesomely humanimal critter creature out here, answering these questions to the best of your intentional ability. I can't wait for Shad's return. I believe it's a lot of work, should be a lot of work. Damn, I'm proud still. Thank you. I could feel Shan in the space with us with you sending that message. Reading it makes me feel like we're close to her. Thank you, Joe and Mel. Thank you, Nancy, for joining us too. The birds and Mel were amazing. No, you. That's why I like to stream the human moments, unstructured conversation, dancing, music. It's nice. Bless. Thank you, John. You have no idea how much that means, bro. Like that's like it's like plucking at my heartstrings. Care Plactive ferociously isn't. I put it there for my own amusement. Well, I was also amused. Thank you for posing me that question. Charmingly cheesy, Jovan. Love is true. Thank you, dear beloved ones, for joining me today, for sharing some of your time, for consciously evolving alongside me. Yeah, actively gaining superpowers. Surely, please. Where's my superpowers, universe? Oh, okay. That was kind of like trippy because let's hear if the thunder is gonna come. As soon as I ask for superpowers, I look over at that mountain, and three freaking beams of lightning hit on that mountaintop. It melted my brain for a second. Let's see if we can capture some of the lightning beams. Come on, lightning beams, beams of lightning, static electricities. Come on, superpowers. Come on, kick in. Come on, powers. What are you waiting for? Lightning beam those mountaintops. Come on. We can't end stream until we lightning beam. Come on. Come on. You know you want a lightning beam. You know you want to. I know you want a lightning beam. Come on, universe. Come on. Bro, I've imagined myself getting hit by lightning, mocking the universe like this. Oh no, show me superpower. Ask and receive. Show me some superpowers. You too, Luke. You also want the superpowers. If I figure out how to superpowers, I'll be sure to teach all of you friends. This I can promise. I'll give everybody superpowers. Dear Santa, wear a tank top and board shorts in South Africa since Christmas is in the summer there. Wish granted, Mel. Your superpower is the ability to apply peer pressure to the local climate. Climate may remain ignorant to your pleading, however. No. No, I got scammed. This superpower doesn't sound that fun anymore. Let's switch this around. Should be a wide lens. We can catch more surface area. So if we get right on aim, we'll be able to see it. Let me level this out a little bit. That's better. Come on, come on. Let's see some lightning, universe. I want to see some lightning. Looking back and forth. I'll be able to spot that lightning. Come on, it's a little burby. Those clouds look pretty hot though. Not gonna lie. Those some good looking clouds. That like orangey, like lime. The the back clouds catching the last of the sunlight. That's pretty nice. Come on, bro. Like, tell me I saw some lightning and now there's just I saw lightning in the corner of my eye. Missed it though. Looking for the lightning. Gotta have some of that orange in the corner. Yeah. How much of it though? Come on, lightnings. Yeah, I freaking got lightning. We got lightning. We can officially end stream. That's how it works. That's how it works. hmm I had no quiet time this morning because I overslept. Love the sky view, Mel. I'm happy that you appreciate it. And we got some lightning. Did your friends see the lightning? Type lightning in chat if you saw lightning. Yes, more lightning. Okay, now you had to see the lightning. That lightning was kind of reddish orange, right? That was a sick lightnings. Nice. I'm double satisfied now. I was hoping only for like one lightning showing, and then we got two. And the second one was like double as cool. The first one was like tree lightning or whatever. Yeah, blessed. Blessed of lightning today. All of yous are so worthy of the love you love to share. Y'all are so precious, and I love yous as we love you. Thank you so much. We got lightnings in chat. Yeah, go and take that energy with you today. Make the most of it. Know that you are worthy and loved in this universe. Look at all of that universe. And then really consider how what you're seeing right now does not exist without the observer that is you. Oh, damn. Oh, goodness. Oh, hot diggity damn. I'm so happy that I got that right, Dennings. That was exactly right. The fact that you didn't just instantly tune out after I said I was going to tune out got us some more lightning. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me again. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bless you. Goodbye now. See you soon. Sending you so much lovin's.